went from managing a couple of hundred individual spreadsheets, which had issues like security, sharing sensitive information, merging of all these spreadsheets into one single spreadsheet. I'm Ashwin. I work for DoorDash, particularly the people applications team. So we essentially build internal applications for employees, managers, recruiters, and the entire people team. So right now we use Sigma for like almost all of our people analytics functions and for most of our people applications functions, specifically for like talent and reward cycles. This is where managers and leaders go into like review employee details and make sure they are getting the right rating and they're getting the right rewards as part of their yearly reviews. So before Sigma, we were pretty much running all of our talent reviews and rewards reviews on spreadsheets. So every leader out there will have their own spreadsheets and they would run their own review process. 2 years back, we had like around 200 leaders. So that means 200 spreadsheets. Now we have more than 2,000. So glad that we moved to Sigma to get rid of spreadsheets. So with Sigma, build a talent and rewards planning tool. Essentially, the different components of the tool are like talent reviews. That's where managers would go in along with their leaders, sit in a room, discuss about all their employees, and then assign every employee a rating. Essentially, in Sigma, that's where they do all their data entries. They automatically updates all their data visualizations to look for all the trends and metrics they are tracking against. And that essentially leads into rewards planning. So after the ratings are entered, rewards planning starts. Based on the ratings, every employee gets a certain change in their annual compensation plan, and that is also reviewed by leaders and managers on Sigma. They approve those awards and assign additional awards on Sigma as well. And from Sigma, the data goes back to the employee's permanent record. As a developer, I would say like it was really smooth. Saying the user interface was essentially more like a spreadsheet, which we were already used to. And since everything was drag and drop, we felt that it was really quick to build stuff. And also, since our team is like a couple of employees, it was easy to collaborate live on Sigma. Since everything is on a browser, it's just like instantaneous with all the updates, and we can publish as soon as we make those updates. For a tool like the talent and rewards planning, it took like about a week to build the data source and the tool from start to end. So we essentially tried to pilot the tool with like a subsection of the company, essentially the engineering population, because they were the ones we wanted to fix a lot of issues for to begin with. And once engineering population adopted it, we collected feedback and then we improved the tool for the next iteration. For the next iteration, pretty much the whole company adopted the tool just for talent reviews. That was the second time we implemented the tool. And then for the third time, we expanded the entire tool for rewards planning as well for the entire company. Essentially, DoorDash merged with like another company called Wolt, which is predominantly in Europe. Given the new addition of like headcount, we reached around like 20 to 30,000 employees. Because of that, we have like additional managers wanting to run these calibration and rewards planning session, and we couldn't really accommodate them on spreadsheets. So because of that, that prompted like an accelerated adoption of the entire tool for the entire company. So this is essentially the talent and rewards planning tool. We inside DoorDash call it the cycle management hub. Cycle is essentially twice a year. It's either the annual or the mid-year cycle. We are embedding Sigma inside our internal application. It is embedded inside this application called People Portal. When a user logs in, they go into this page inside the internal application. They land in this Sigma dashboard. On the landing page, you have the instruction with all of the dates and how to use this tool essentially. And if you scroll down a little bit, you'd have like a tiny demo as to how you can make a change on an employee's record. So once an employee logs in, they get to select their team on the top. So there's a drop down. They get to go and search for a team. I'm selecting the entire company. And from there, they can decide to go to either like core or engineering. These are two different types of talent reviews we do. Once you go to core, you would see like another tab open up on Sigma. That essentially has like all your filters on the top for like all the employee population, all the KPIs we track against essentially, and like a small subsection of like all the visualizations we want the managers and HR partners to track against. And if you scroll down a little bit below, you would see a table. This is essentially an input table built on Sigma. This is where like all their employee records will be visible. When a manager is logged in, they can see their own employee records, and we maintain security on the backend using Sigma RLS so that people don't accidentally see other employees' details. Since it has like a lot of sensitive information. So from here, you can see that we have like a lot of demographic fields about an employee, and also all the columns in blue are essentially editable columns. So let's say I'm a manager and I want to edit a rating of an employee. I'd go inside the tool, I would talk to my leaders, I would talk to my peers, and if we come to a consensus that like this employee dasher needs to be changed a rating, we can go in here, change the rating, click save, and then that's it. As simple as that. The employee's rating their change. Sigma integrates with like all our other internal tools like Workday. So this change here automatically gets updated on Workday and all the other places where it needs to get updated within a span of 10 minutes. And we do that for like pretty much all the other inputs as well, starting with like ratings, promo readiness, business titles, and also like all the high potential flags and whatnot, right? Another thing we do on this tab is that let's say if an employee is getting promoted, you can essentially click on their name. And when you click on their name, you can scroll to the bottom, you can see their promo case. We essentially do promo cases on Google Docs. Sigma automatically links with the Google Docs. So as long as you click their name, that particular employee's promo doc will automatically show up on the space below. And if you move to the next, which is the talent review dashboard, this dashboard essentially covers like most of the metrics we track for like every talent and reward cycle. And I can quickly go over the high level overview of them. Essentially just like all the metrics, all the visualizations, pivot tables with toggles as to like the leader levels, and also like all your other cuts of data we track against. That's pretty much the implementation for talent reviews. To simply put it, I think we went from managing a couple of hundred individual spreadsheets which had issues like security, sharing sensitive information, merging of all these spreadsheets into one single spreadsheet. So we went from that state to a state where we don't have to worry about security at all. We don't have to worry about maintaining 50 different spreadsheets. It's all controlled under security by Sigma's RLS. So I would say like from a user perspective, it's like much better from using spreadsheets for essentially doing anything. Before we move to Sigma, we try to explore a couple of tools, third-party tools, and then one comparing the cost of all of them. Sigma gonna be like better for our use cases. But yeah, from a cost perspective, we saved some budget when it comes to like implementing this tool on Sigma. And also, we had a couple of dedicated employees maintaining those spreadsheets when we had them. So I would say that the spending on those headcounts were also repurposed for other purposes. I would say they start small because building an extensive tool takes time, and I think you build on top of your previous experiences. So when we started implementing Sigma at DoorDash, we started with a really tiny population, expected that we would get a lot of things wrong. And then we expanded to the entire company slowly. So I would say like start slow. The UI for Sigma building apps is really easy. And also at the same time, the customer support of Sigma was really, really helpful. They were quick to hop on a call with us to like one, help us build these tools, and two, like help us with any bugs we were facing at any point. So definitely feel free to like reach out to Sigma customer support when it comes to getting your bugs fixed. Every Friday, there are a new set of features released on Sigma. I think we as a team make it a point to like go look at them every Friday because we would be facing a pain point up until this point, and like a new feature would essentially make it much simpler. So that is like a ritual for me at least. That every Friday we go to the Sigma new features website and then look for the new features.